Hi there, this is Justin Ward with Pellegrino School of Music and Art, and today we're going to be talking about the major scale. The major scale is the most important thing in Western music because everything that you do is somehow related to the major scale. I know some of you are watching this and thinking, well, I'm in a death metal band, I don't play major scales, I play minor scales. Well, the formula for every scale in Western music, I preface, comes from the major scale. The major scale is made up of 7 notes, and it's a series of whole steps and half steps. Now on guitar, it's kind of hard to see sometimes how whole steps and half steps come together. It's a lot easier to see in a keyboard style instrument. But I'm going to show you a few different patterns, show you how you can play a major scale on one string, and you can see how these wholes and half steps come together a little bit more easy. So we're going to play it in the key of G today, the relative minor being E, which will be covered in another lesson. The notes are going to be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then we're back to G again. But by the time you hit the 8th note, you're really back to the first note. It is an octave away. Now, I played that on the low E string just so I could demonstrate how the whole steps and half steps come together. When we think in guitar, a whole step, 2 frets, a half step, 1 fret. So when we go from G to A, whole step, A to B, whole step, B to C, that's a half step, C to D, whole, D to E, whole, E to F sharp, whole, F sharp to G, half. Okay? So whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. If you can remember that, you'll be great. Okay, now I'm going to show you a couple different patterns that we can play on guitar, and as long as we can find the root note or the first note of the pattern, then we'll know what key we're in. It's a good idea to know your notes. Learn your neck. Here's our first pattern, which is a more standard pattern. So in that pattern, I hit G 3 times. Here, here, here. Okay? So as I play up the scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and then G. Quick example, if I wanted to play that in the key of A, started on an A note, B, and so on. Now the scale pattern that I like to use a little bit more than that is called the 3-note per string pattern. And the reason why I like it is it lays itself out better on the guitar neck, that you can come up with lines, licks, melodies, whatever. It's a little bit more comfortable for me. Now the thing that's interesting about it is you're going to play the same notes, but to keep the pattern 3 notes per string, we're actually going to repeat a note in the pattern. So here it is slow, and I'll explain which note repeats itself. Okay, we get the same notes out of that pattern as we did in the first pattern. To keep it 3 notes per string, this note and that note, which happens to be a D, repeat themselves in the pattern. So just keep in mind, if you're coming up with licks, melodies, what have you, you're going to want to skip that note one place or another unless you just like a little tonal variation and want to be able to use it twice. Okay? So, that in closing is the major scale. Come see me, Pellegrino School of Music and Art, 417-887-2800 or schoolofmusicandart.com. Peace out.